everybody, Vic of Osiris here from BG Zoo, doing another review for the Overshield.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at Nightmares from the Deep, The Cursed Heart. Now Nightmares from the Deep, The Cursed Heart is a point and click adventure kind of game with puzzles and I Spy type elements to it. It has a very story based point and click adventure behind it. Now it's not to say that it's like Tales from Monkey Island or anything like that. It is a completely different based point and click adventure kind of game. The main story is that you play as a curator from a big museum who's spent a lot of time researching about pirates, one in particular named Captain Remington. When all of a sudden all hell breaks loose, the lights black out, it becomes a mission to get the lights back on, and you return to find out that your daughter and the remains of Captain Remington have vacantly disappeared. But you only find out moments later that she has been taken by Captain Remington, and now you must go on a quest to save your daughter and figure out the secret why Captain Remington did all this and his motive behind everything and the legend behind the cursed heart and the necklace that Captain Remington wears. Now, some basic information about the game. It roughly is about 3.7 hours is what Steam told me that I logged, so if you get stuck on some puzzles, I would say it's probably closer to 4 hours. Right now it's on sale for a limited time, but once the sale is over, it will be $7. There are 6 cards to collect in all. There are 15 achievements total, and it is the first game in a series of 3. The other 2 being, the second one being, let's see, Nightmares from the Deep, The Siren's Call, and the third one, which is still in the works right now, being called Nightmares from the Deep, Davy Jones. But we're here to talk about the first one, so let's just jump right into it. So there are a lot of pros to the game. There are 2 difficulties to the game. There's a normal difficulty where you have unlimited hints. You're not penalized for misclicking in the I Spies or anything like that. In the harder difficulty, you are penalized for pointing and clicking just at random. There's also, you don't have as many hints. You are penalized for using the hints a lot in the expert mode. So if you're just a younger I Spy type of player or anything like that, I would say this is good for you. You can do it with a brother or sister, or mom or dad, or whoever's in the house with you. This game is very, very easy because of the hint system and all that different stuff, so I could see little kids playing it with their family and different stuff like that. In the harder mode, I would say, is probably for people who would like a challenge and stuff like that, trying to get those extra achievements in their Steam library. There are a lot of unlockables to this game. There are mini games that you can replay at any time. There are 16 total mini games that you can replay at any time. There are hidden object scenes that you uncover throughout the total length of the game, and you can replay any 19 of the hidden object games, which is the I Spy portions. There are videos. There are 9 regular cinematic cutscenes throughout the overall length of the game as well. And there are 12 gold doubloons, which goes over the story of Captain Remington himself and leading up to the events of why he did what he did. And there are 9 concept art pictures that represent scenes, different scenes from the game overall, which I advise checking them out because they're really, really well done. The game, like I just said, it's really well designed. It has a really well designed hint system to help you progress through the game, but it also can be problematic, but we'll talk about that later. There's also a map in the game. If you can't find where to go, the map tells you this is where action needs to take place, this is where you should be, so you never feel like you're lost for too long without a sense of direction The game actually points you in a general direction to help you figure out where you need to be, what actions need to take place, where items need to go, what puzzles need solved, all that different kind of stuff. So that is a good thing about this game. So that is a big plus if you are younger and you do not know where to go. So that helps in the long run. If you can't get all the items in the I Spy sections, you have the option of playing an additional game, which is Mahjong, where you have to point and click the tiles and match them up. You have a set number of tiles. The main purpose of the Mahjong is to get all of the regular tiles disappeared. Like there's guns and skulls and crossbones. You have to match them together on different tiers, and the whole objective is to get the golden blocks and to just make them disappear. And it will auto-complete the I Spy sections and progress you past that. If you're not that great at point and clicks, I would advise doing that. I found myself doing that sometimes because some things were a little hard to distinguish from the actual layout of everything in the I Spy. It has a very well put together story. It's very beautiful and well put together. And it's also got a very creepy and foreboding atmosphere. Not to say it's too scary for the younger audiences to play. There are a couple spots where, there's like a scream and kind of like an image flashes up, and it's a little spooky. It might scare like the younger audience, but I would say anywhere from like 7 and up, they would be fine to play this. The good thing about the game is that it also has a built-in game walkthrough on the main menu. That is a big plus for anybody that really wants to play this, but is afraid that they're gonna be lost all the time, that they're not gonna be able to figure out anything. Now, it doesn't walk you through the I Spy sections. It basically gives you a basic walk down of where things are, where you need to go and grab things, and where they need to be put. The I Spy sections, you're kind of left to your own devices to figure it out and all that different stuff. So it's really good to have it. You can use the hint system for those, but as I said, that's completely optional to use the hint system. If you want to use it, it's there, which is nice. So it's being an optional thing. Now, the cons about the game, there weren't many that I ran across. There were a couple that stuck out to me that's a little problematic. One being that there is not too much replayability on this game for it being a puzzle game, and that there being the memorable puzzles and all that different stuff. But there is some good news behind the not much replayability, is that once you do finish the main story, if you finish it in the extra section, there is a extra story that picks right up after the main story, which basically is just you trying to get the hell home, which has been your purpose all along besides rescuing your daughter and all that different stuff. The extra story isn't too long. It maybe took me about 45 minutes, roughly, maybe less. It's kind of sad that it's not that long. I kind of flew through it and breezed through it relatively easy after finishing the main story, because I kind of had a better idea of what needed done and where I needed to be, and the places that you go for it is really small. You basically end up on a ship that has crashed, and you need to find a map that points you in a direction home. But another con to the game is that there is that $7 price tag. I personally, would not pay the $7 price tag myself. But if you're a hardcore I Spy and you dig this kind of thing and you're really into it, I would say get it. It's a really great game, and I could recommend it to anybody of the younger age and up to any age, to be honest. Now, one thing I really wanted to talk about was the hint system, how I said it was problematic. I did find myself accidentally clicking it at times when I was doing puzzles and stuff, or just clicking it in the I Spies. The bad thing about that being that it will autocomplete certain puzzles for you, and it will show you where everything is. And that became a problem for me because I really wanted to figure things out on my own without cheating as much as possible. And it's conveniently placed in the lower right corner, and I found myself constantly clicking it and force completing the puzzles. And I feel like that's a problem because it kind of forces progression in the game way too fast. Regardless that there is a charge meter on the hint system, it feels really fast, and it's really easy to click that at times, so that is a huge problem. But overall, I enjoyed the game, and I would give this game a 6 out of 10. Simply being, I would at least check it out and see what it's all about and see if it's for you. But anyways, my name is Wake of Osiris, guys, and I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.